I just want to remind you that I always put the videos of the classes in the chat. So if you miss a class at any point, you can always go and listen to it. Because immersion is so important. It's a good idea to listen to the class again if you want to practice anything. So that's why we are doing the video. We'll be starting in a minute or two. Yes, it's always the same Zoom link, so you can just stay on. This is a basic class, so if you're here for the first time, you're welcome to stick around. Go ahead.
Okay, Irenaeus, as Irenaeus said, it's a basic class, so we didn't get too far, which is a good thing. So if you're joining a little late, it's not the end of the world. We have flashcards you can follow along, and you should be following weekly. We have a YouTube link in the chat with the alphabet. Try to listen to it. And we also shared the book and the flashcard with the vocabulary. We actually are only in like chapter 2. Um, so I know everybody starts with a different strength in Greek, right? Some people have grown up maybe in Greek families. For you to hear pronunciation, it's the easiest things in the world. And for some people, you've just came maybe to a Greek church or heard Greek for your first time. That's okay. We're going to start slowly. Maybe you will feel like the beginning is, oh, this is way too easy. But it's kind of like, math class. So the first 2 weeks, you're like, oh, this is too easy. And then week 3 comes, oh, I wish I would have paid attention to what the first 2 weeks were saying, because they build up. So we're going slowly going through it, not too slowly, because so then we can really build up on it. And we're going to try to get to a level of being able to read with proper pronunciation. The services follow along with the Greek and English, because there's a lot that repeats a lot, and just having the ear and understanding of what you're looking at will give you the ability to then pick things up and grow as we're going, and to read and understand with maybe a supporting dictionary and help, perhaps New Testament verses. And so we're going to go as once we get a little bit better with pronunciation, with identifying each word, its tense, its person spoken to, then we can go sentence by sentence through. And we're going to actually already start that next week. This week, I want to make sure everybody is able to pronounce properly. And no stress if you can't, we're going to work through it and identify the endings of every verb to understand first person, second person. So what we're going to do is open up. So I don't have it open right now. If somebody can say what page it's on, you can open up the book on the page that has, actually, by show of hands, who is the first time here? I can't, because I'm on my phone. I don't see it as well as on my laptop. But who's this for the first time today?
You can either do show of hands, yes.
Okay, Stavrola, Julio, John. Okay. So John, where did you go? Okay. So John, we'll go a little bit more through it. We went through the alphabet, so try at home to listen to the YouTube link that has the alphabet and the diphthongs. Diphthongs are two vowels that make a certain sound together. Um, so try to listen to the YouTube clip a lot, and it will help you. We're going to actually go again through the vocabulary. The vocabulary is on page 7 on the PDF that I shared. It may be slightly different in the physical book, because the physical book is a newer issue. And the first word is aku, which is I hear. And in English, what this book does many times, it will give you words in English that sounds similar, that helps you memorize the words. So I know it's going to be weird now because we're not in person, but if you want to take off your microphones and all together say it at the same time. So if I say aku, you all say it together, okay? So aku,
Aku.
vlepo,
Blepo.
ginosko.
Ginosko.
Gnosko.
I only hear 2-3 people. Grafo,
Graf.
didasko,
Iasko,
telo,
Telo,
ke,
Ke,
lego,
Lego,
lio,
Leo,
oti,
Ot,
u,
U,
uk,
Uk,
uk, pistevo.
Pistevo,
Pistevo.
And there's 2 words in the bottom paragraph, adelphos,
Adelphos,
Delphos.
adelphi.
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 Okay. So we started this last week and the previous week, and we're going to do this again. And I want everybody to go once through this here. Unless you're really shy and you really don't want to, I understand. But it's important for us all to do practice, a lot of practice as we're going. So I also know where you are. So the present active indicative is the form and the tense this book, or really any grammar book, will give us the verb in. Present, meaning the here or the now. Active, meaning it does something. I pick up the book rather than there's a passive version. The book is being picked up by me, or that's a passive. So in the indicative is the let's see this. It's the basic form right now. So it's the most basic form. So when you look at when it says singular and plural, singular means one, plural means multiple. So the singular is first, there's a 1, 2, 3 to the side of it. First one is me or we. Second is you, like I speak to one person, you, versus I speak to you all, multiple. Third person is he, she, it, or third person plural is they. Okay, so we're going to go through it. So the root verb is the first. You're going to have to figure out when we look at the verb, what part is being changed. So in the present active indicative, or most verbs ends with the omega. So when you look at the omega, that gets dropped, correct? In this form that we do right now. So aku gets dropped the last word, the last letter gets dropped. Vlepo, the last one gets dropped. And what gets added is the person to whom you're speaking to. Okay, so when you look at, and I think we did this last one, I think Magda said that last time, is underline when you look at page 8, the lambda and the epsilon, underline just those two, the first 2 letters. That's the root. And maybe do a different color, the last letter of the first one, the omega. The next one, do the e's, the epsilon, iota, sigma. Okay, that's what you add to it to give it the explanation of whom you're speaking to. The next one, the epsilon iota. And then on the plural, the omen, the ete, and usin, but you can also change it to un for now, O-U-N, O-U, ni. Okay, so anybody wants to try, and you did this last week, take the verb aku and tell me each one. How would you declench it? So you would give an example, aku. What's the next one? I don't see everybody's hand, so just somebody go.
Is it
Who's up?
Aguis?
Okay,
Is that it?
yes.
Okay.
Try to do the third person. He, she, it.
Me or someone else?
You go through all 6 of them. Can you take the word aku and do
Yeah.
all 6 of them?
Yeah, akuo, akuis, akui, akuomen, akuete, akuusin. When I took ancient Greek in undergrad, it was
The Erasmic.
yeah, is that
I can hear. So the Erasmic just follow, but you grow up in a Greek household, right?
yeah.
So go by the Greek household. The Erasmic was created in Western Europe much later by a philosopher who didn't speak Greek, and there's a lot of studies to show that the modern Greek is more aligned to the ancient Greek's pronunciation, and it's more useful for us in the church as well.
Yeah, so yeah, but did I pronounce it in a way that was wrong though?
It's the Erasmian pronunciation. Try to do it like aku, akus, akui, akumen, akuete, akusin.
Oh, I didn't say akusin. Okay. You know, it's so weird to like change it because it's like ingrained in my brain.
I know it's going to take some time, but maybe it's easier because you do modern Greek. Think modern Greek a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Akuo, akuis, akui, akuomen, akuete, akusin. Am I saying it wrong?
No, you're saying it right. So it's akus because that's a different one because it has 2 vowels. That's the only thing. That's maybe but you did good.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
did good.
yeah. The root word for that one is harder.
Yes, because it ends in a vowel.
Yeah.
There's going to be more rules, but just that was good. So the next one is a little bit easier. So vlepo. Somebody wants to try vlepo.
I can try.
And guys, don't be shy because I know when you speak a new language, I know very much. It's very embarrassing to mess up, to sound wrong, to mess up. But we need a lot of practice in this because we need to hear and we need to say it with our mouths so we understand how it works. So we need a lot of repetition. So we're gonna go like one, next one, next one, next one. Everybody go. Go ahead.
Vlepo, vlepis, vlepi, vlepomen, vlepote,
Vlepete.
vlepete. V- vlepin,
You can do vlep. You can do, yes, you can do vleposin or vlepon. We were going to use especially the modern Greek one, which is the omicron, epsilon, and ni ending. If you want to write it down beside the book, those 3 last letters, you can use that one too. Actually, I would prefer if you use that one for now because it will also give you access to the modern Greek ending of it. But you can have both. But the book, when we see it, we should be able to identify it because we're going to have practice of it later. Okay, thank you. Good job. Next one. Everybody has to go.
I'll go next.
That's good.
Giosko, Gioskis, Gioski, Gioskomen, Gioskote, Gioskosi. I'm not completely sure about the last one. Is it Gioskosi?
Father, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry. Your ending is perfect. The only thing is the root word with the pronunciation. The root is ginosk.
Ginosko.
So
Gotcha.
it's like a little bit of a hard G. Ginosk.
Ginos.
Ginosk.
Ginos. Ginosko.
Yeah. Ginosko. Ginos.
Ginos.
Say it again, but all with the ginosk.
Okay. Ginosko. Ginoskis. Ginoski. Ginoskomen. Ginoskote. Ginoskosi.
Good job.
Thank you.
Someone else. Don't be shy. We don't need shyness here.
Go Lego, Legis, Legi, Legomen, Legete, Legosin.
Good job. I'm going to start calling on. If you don't go freely. George, Pistevo.
All right. Pistevo. Pistevosis. Pistevo.
Pistevis.
Pistevis. Okay. Pistevis. Pi. Pistevi. Pistevomen. Pistevoti.
Piskevit. Pistevita.
Piskevete. Piskevotis.
Pistevosin.
Pistevosin.
Good job. Again, I told you something last week. In the divine liturgy, did you hear something that you maybe picked up anything? Anyone? Maybe akusomen tu agio evangelio. Aku somen, right? Isn't that what we say? Anybody heard that ever? Does it sound familiar? Anyone?
Yeah, and
I can't see your
also,
faces because I'm on my phone. Anybody heard it?
yes, and also, whenever you say ook, that also pops up a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, that pops up a lot in the gospel reading because not is very a negation of something is a lot there. But pay attention when the priest or the deacon says "akusumen to agio evangelio," you understand. Aku is the root. I listen, and who is listening? It's it's us. I know we're going to get to the subjunctive later because it adds an s, but at least you can hear a little bit the ending and you can hear the word. Okay. Who didn't go yet? Magda? And if somebody really doesn't want to, okay. I maybe has scared her too much. Okay, maybe I'm going to be a little nicer. So I'm not going to call on you if you don't want to go.
Angie
That's
has
fine. We
raised
don't
her
want to.
hand.
Huh?
Angie has raised her hand.
Okay, Angie. I'm not going to call on anybody anymore.
I'll try. Which word do you want me to do?
Try something. Didasco.
Didasco. So it would be Didasco, the first one, and then Didaskis, EIS, yeah.
Yes.
Didaski with no S. Didaskomen, Didaskete, and then Didaskusi.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank
So
you.
there's going to be now every week we have to gradually also do some practice with things. Take all the verbs we have on this chapter and do what you see in front of you, chapter 8, and write them down and write them with the ending. At first, use the book as assistance to write it. Later on, try to do it without looking. Study the endings, okay, and study the root word, didask, and then add o, is, and try to write it down a few times. So if you haven't listened to the vocab yet via the video, listen to the vocab to know how things are pronounced. Go to the flashcards that I shared. It has every chapter's verbs already written out with the pronunciation, with everything. You can listen to it as well. And now also start writing it. And that will also teach your hand how to write the letters and add the root with the endings and try that a few times. Angie also shared an app that's shared in the group, which is like Write Greek. It shows you how to write the Greek letters. Okay? We're gonna start. Oh, that book has. Try to cover. Now let's go to page 10. Try to cover the side, okay?
It's so funny.
Okay. Can you Okay, can somebody maybe read? Anybody's comfortable. I'm being nicer now. You see, I don't want to lose people. Anybody can read the first one voluntarily.
The one that starts with alpha.
Practice and review 1.
It's on page 10 of the book.
Yeah, it's page 10 of the book.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because the PDF and the book.
It's different, yeah.
Okay, where it says practice and review.
Yes. And don't look at the answer.
Okay, for sure. The first word or the entire sentence?
Okay. You're gonna do the first word.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You know Skomev? You
Okay. Stop there. What's the root word?
ye
What's the base? Ginosk?
this oh I got it. Wait.
It's ginosk is the base.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Think of Gnostics. Gnosis. That's in biblical Greek about knowledge. So ginosko means to know.
Okay.
Father, in that sentence, there's a present active infinitive. Did you guys go over that already?
I was gonna go over it once we get to the end of it.
Okay. Sorry.
No, good call.
Yeah.
So we know the word is know. Who is knowing? Okay, anybody else wants to pick it up?
I can go.
We, right?
We, okay, I heard that. So how would you translate that?
We know.
Okay, what's the next word?
Oti.
Without looking at the answer, what does oti mean?
Oh,
That.
Good job. That we know that. What's the next word? Somebody else can pick up.
Pistevete.
Okay. What's the root word and to whom is it spoken to?
Pistevo, it is about you all.
Okay. So when we're gonna have like one system to say that, we would say second person plural.
Second person plural.
So when you have the chart, it's second person plural.
Yep.
We know that you all believe. What's the next word? Somebody else? Okay. We
Okay.
hear that a lot. Okay.
and right?
If you don't know that one, we say anybody? I
said
can't see your face because I'm using my phone, that's why.
I think the next word is tielete.
Father, I don't know if I haven't. I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting, but I don't know if because I haven't seen the flashcards or anything. But what I do when I teach Latin, not that I'm an expert, but I did take ancient Greek a long time ago. But we used to memorize the endings because they're short, like o, is, I, omen, ete, usin, and that helps a lot. And if you like make a chart like I kind of did here, it's very sloppy and ugly, of just the endings. So it's really about like unlocking a code. So you have the root and you know the root, right? So you know the root, hopefully you know the root and what it means, but you're trying to, exactly what Father said, you're trying to understand who are you speaking to. So it's I, you, he, she, it, we, y'all, they. So if you have like a little chart like this of just the roots, I don't know if you could see it, but with a singular and plural, I just have the root. You see how my little line, that's where the root would go? And you'd kind of just plug it in like that. It's important, like, it's important that over time you just like, not that I know it by heart, that you learn the present active indicative endings because they're very simple. So just, I don't know, but I don't know if you already shared like a chart. Like it's important to like continuously write them out too, but I know you know that. Sorry to interrupt.
Father, you're on mute. Father,
Okay,
you're on.
so you said that perfectly. That's why I was trying to before figure out the root and the ending for exactly that reason. So maybe if you can share that chart, think like when you go into this language, think of knowing the ending and identifying the ending. Do that root and maybe separate the words in your head into two things.
Yeah, and so I can make it, I can do it on like a print, like just a regular paper without lines, and it's easier that way because then you just plug it in. It's literally like a code that you have to crack. You're like, what, like this ending, what is it gonna give me? So you just go through the endings in your head. So it's more simple. So if you memorize just the roots first, like the o, is, I, omen, ete, usin, it becomes like routine for you. Like you kind of memorize the endings. You're like, oh, okay. Second person singular. That's you. That's okay. What's the Greek for that? That's is. So they used to drill us like that in ancient Greek class, which I think you would think I remember like the vocabulary, but I don't. But I remember like, you know, the basics, the present active indicative. So I'm going to make a chart, o, is, I, omen, ete, usin. And just knowing just the endings, at least in the beginning, helps so much because you're not going to sit there and like, it gets very confusing, you know, if you don't know the endings by heart. So it's really important to know the endings even before the actual vocabulary, because I feel like it just helps you really crack the code. I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And that's what I said in the other lessons. I've never taught a foreign language before, but you having taught and you know how it works is great things, and always give me input and always give input to the class, how we can improve things and change things. But that's exactly how you should approach it. Focus on the ending, break it apart, make a chart, write it down 10 times, first with looking at it and then without looking at it later on. Maybe even do flashcards with the ending and just keep going over that. Because, as you're saying, the vocabulary is important, but the ending is a lot more important. With every vocabulary we do, we have to deal with the ending. But with knowing the vocabulary, you can pick it up as we go. But the ending, you need to know to really go in every word, because at least you know who you're speaking to.
I have
Make
a,
sense?
so
Yes?
would these be the only root words that there are in the ancient Greek?
No,
We're going to come into a lot more root words. Yeah, I
it's
wish.
endless.
But you know, the nice thing is, um, ancient Greek and modern Greek, it's to many extents, is like Lego. So sometimes it will be like two roots put together to explain something. So they build upon each other.
Oh, okay, so like different root words just end up combining into each other. It's for multiple different meanings.
Yes,
All right. Okay, okay.
it helps so to know. Um, okay, so you're going to look at the last words. Okay, it has a different ending that we didn't cover yet. And that ending is the present active infinitive. Okay, and it's kind of like in English to write. It's the to adding to it. So to write, to run, to know, to want, to believe. Okay, that's a one ending. So it's the epsilon iota ni ending. Okay, so what's the root word here without the ending? Didask, and you add that ending, and what does that mean? To what?
Teach.
To teach. Okay, somebody feels comfortable without looking at the right to maybe translate that sentence that we just went through? I will help you. Ginosko, man.
I know.
We know.
No. Yeah, yeah.
Oti. We know what?
That.
Okay. We know that πιστεύετε.
So that's second person plural, right? Ete,
Yes.
which means that the ending means y'all, right? It's very important that you focus on the ending, right? To,
Or the word almost.
So
yeah.
should it be
It's
believer?
kind of like in English. You know, in English, the first thing you focus on is who you speak to. She, he, it, writes, right? So this one, try to focus on the ending first, and it gives you understanding who you're speaking to.
So it'd be like, we know that y'all, you all, right?
Yeah.
What are they all doing? What's the verb? So the root, right?
Yeah.
What's the root?
Believe.
Yeah, so we know that y'all believe, que,
And
and then ete again. So y'all, so we know that you all believe, and you all, what's the root? That's the fel, right?
Yes.
So the root of that is what?
wish.
Or yeah, wish or want. So we know that y'all believe and wish and wish. And now present act infinitive. Remember the epsilon iota ni is to something, right? So what do you guys wish to do? What are they wishing to
To
do?
teach.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand these sentences they don't sound great. And they're not supposed to sound great because we don't have articles yet. We are missing still a lot of stuff, but it's trying to really drill what we learned in that class so far and to build up basically. We know that you all believe and want to teach.
And I'm so sorry I keep talking. It's because I teach, I teach
That's
different.
good. That's good.
So you know what I tell my kids? It's like you have to unscramble it. Sometimes because English, when you take a foreign language and you do the bare bones translation, you'd be like, we know that you all believe and you all want to teach, right? Well, how would we say that in a clear format? We know that you believe and wish to teach, right? So sometimes, like when you really bare bones translate it, right, and it won't make sense. But then, and you would have to actually physically write it out. And then when you read that sentence over, you're like, okay, how can I put this in a sentence that makes sense and that actually translates accurately? So at first, when you do it, you're like, okay, this sounds weird. But then after you look over it again, you have to try to put it and when you try to put it in English, you have to unscramble it and make it sound smooth without at the same time losing the meaning of the translation. Does that make
And yeah, it makes sense. But also for the rest, we're going to get to this. Greek word order is not so important.
Yeah, it's not, but in English it is.
Yes.
That's when, because it's a lot of people they get confused because they're like, okay, this because in English the word order matters. In Latin and Greek, the word order, the verb could be the first sentence and the subject can be the last sentence, and it doesn't matter, and they all mean the same thing. So it could be harder for someone who only knows English to understand that I have to put this in a clear manner when I translate it fully in English. I don't know if that makes sense.
And that's a little bit of the trick of learning a new language because it teaches you to look at things a very different way, to emphasize like that there's a different order of things. So you'll have to learn at first now. What you're going to try to do is transliterally, do word for word, idea for idea. Eventually, as you progress in a language, that doesn't work anymore. You have to abandon your own language almost and your own logic and adapt fully how that is being said or thought. It teaches you how to think differently eventually. But for now, you can maybe do it the first few chapters that we go through, but eventually you also have to understand how the thought process happens. In German, for example, you have to wait 3 sentences before the person actually says a verb to make meaning to everything else. In English, like the order is very important, but in Greek, you will see that this is why we go now over tenses and endings, because those will be what's important. I don't want to confuse you more. So maybe let's go to 2. Aku.
Aku, que, Blefu. Oti. Adelphi.
Adelphi.
Adelphi. Graphi.
Graphi. Good job. Let's start. Break the first word apart. If you or someone else.
Aku. Well, that's listen or hear.
Who's listening? Look at the ending first.
That's u. That's myself.
Good job. I listen. Good job.
I listen. Ke. That.
Ke. Be careful. That is a different word that we did above. Above oti is that. What's ke?
Oh. Ke.
And
Okay.
Blefu.
Blepo.
Blepo. I don't know the meaning of that word. Blepo. So
You
what?
can jump up. You can jump up to where we have our vocabulary. Look at the vocabulary on page, I believe, 7. Jump back
Oh.
to 7.
Oh, that's C. All right. Okay. So it means I hear and believe. I hear and see. Oti. Oti. That. Adelphi. Adelphi. That's sister.
Yes.
Okay. Graphi. Graphi. Oh, it means right. Uh-huh.
Yes.
So it should mean I hear and believe that sister's right.
Okay. It's I hear and I see.
I hear and I see sister's right.
Singular for now. We didn't go into any
Gotcha.
plural yet for the nominative. So just keep it like that. Good job.
Okay.
Maybe this is something I brought up the first week. For now, we're only going to focus on the tone that goes like the mark and above that goes sideways. That's where we put the accent. Aku, like it goes on the epsilon. Blepo, it's on the epsilon, the e. Blepo. Oti adelphi. One, it's not always the case, but graphi. You see how it's on top of the alpha. But very well done.
Thank you, Father.
Next one, somebody wants to try?
I'll go. It says legis oti adelphos lei lui u pistevumen.
Good job. Who was this? Okay, legis. You wanna tell me now, legis? What
Legis, you say that 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 my brother says.
we didn't get yet to any possessive pronouns, so it's weird. I know we have to put something in front, but for now it's you say that brother.
The brother says.
Brother, yeah. Brother.
That we believe.
U. What is the u?
That I don't know what the u is.
It's the negation of it.
Oh.
So what's
Okay.
the opposite of you believe? We don't believe.
Okay.
Father, I'm
Okay.
confused, like where the subject of this sentence is. Like, who is the subject? Is it we are the subject, or the, like, you who is speaking? You say that, like, I'm confused.
You say that a brother.
Upistevelman, we don't. You say that the brother Louis,
Li is loosens.
you say that the brother loosens,
Looses.
looses,
I
sorry.
don't believe it. Yeah, it's like
I'm confused. I
I mean
can't,
the subject, the person that is it's the you first person. The epsilon iota s
yeah,
sigma ending.
yeah, you say, but you,
And then actually the second part is almost like a hyphen. It's a second small sentence. We
okay.
don't believe. So it's the we in the second part.
You say that the brother destroys, we don't believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like hyphenated like that. Okay.
It's a hyphen, yeah. It's kind of like a hyphen, like a it's not a period, it's not a comma, it's something in between, like a hyphen.
Okay.
Okay, and when right now we didn't do articles yet. So because we don't have articles, it's called it's just one. Brother. Oh, Adelfo, without anything, it's just brother. It's not the brother.
Should you say that a brother destroys?
Okay? So let's try 4.
Go ahead, Angie.
Okay. Feli. Adelph. Queeve. Wait, no. A queen. I think that's an N.
A queen.
A queen. Okay.
A queen. A queen.
A queen. Okay. U G. Hmm. Ginos. Ginoscu. I think. Ginoscu.
Inosco, yeah.
Ginosco. Okay.
So Feli,
Feli. That means wish or desire.
yes. To whom?
Um.
Who is the person?
EI. Hold on, let me turn to that page. EI. You wish.
Well, guys, write the chart. You can have the chart to help you. Take a piece of paper and, like Stavrula did it, write it on the side so you can look at it for the beginning to help.
Because I keep flipping back and forth between the pages.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write I have some poster paper here from a student who decided to do my project late, so he's gonna get half credit. Anyway, I folded it. But I'm gonna, on the back side of it, I'm gonna make the chart and I'm gonna send a picture to the group chat.
That's good. Thank you. Angie, you want to give it a try?
Oh, my bad. I thought we were done. So it's you wish, I believe. No, yeah, you wish. Adelph. What does Adelph mean? I don't know. I need to run back for what that
1 second. It's not you. It's not second person. It's which person? It's the third person. So third person singular, which is he, she,
He,
it.
she. Yeah. So he or she wishes. Adelph. I don't know what that means. I can't find that word in this book.
Yeah, it's at the vocabulary at the bottom. There's another paragraph, and it's just going to give us one subject. So it gave us Adelphos and Adelphi, which is brother and sister.
Oh, okay. Okay. I gotta find that. Can you come back to me? I'm just gonna like write down the chart on the side.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
So he, she, it, once, as sister. Okay, this one is a little bit harder because we only had it once so far, and it's not in the chart. It's the infinitive ending, which is the epsilon iota ni. It's 2. Okay. He, she, it, wants a sister to hear or to listen. Somebody wants to try the next part of that, and then what does the semicolon mean?
A period, right? Oh, no,
No,
comma.
Question mark.
no.
It's a question.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So because it's a question now, we have to say it in a certain way. And you did that because you speak Spanish, George. What do you do when there's a question in a sentence? What do you do to the sentence?
there's I mean
Oh.
there's different ways. There's an upside down.
Okay, very simple. You just change the tone, how you say it.
Yeah, it's more
I remember there's an upside down, you're right. But you change your tone, right? You make it sound like a question. I'm not saying the Steli Adelphia Queen, Theli Adelphia Queen, right? You make it sound like a question.
yeah, oh yeah, of course.
It's not like English where maybe something that precedes the sentence would help you with understanding it's a question. Does she, can, you understand? It's just because it's a semicolon. Okay, so the last part, u ginosko. What does that mean?
Non-believer.
Not yet, no. It's a verb.
Not knowing?
Not believing.
Not, no, pistevo is believing.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Gnosko is knowing.
Yeah.
Knowing. Not knowing.
I ginosko. So sorry. U ginosko. What do I believe? If it was just ginosko, I believe. I know, I'm sorry. I know. When I negate it, what do I say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly. U ginosko. So I confused it there. I'm sorry a little bit. All right. Anybody should try 5.
I'll try. Okay. Le Leusi
Okay.
Ki O Thelo wait. Thelomin Blitevete or no. Bli Blipi Blip
Okay.
Blipini.
You had 90% pronunciation good. So follow me. Liosi,
Leusi
ke,
Ke
u,
U
telomen,
Thelomen
blepin.
Blepin.
Okay. Liosi.
Leusi would mean that would
Okay, let's start with the ending. What ending is it? Look at your chart.
that is that's singular. That's you, right?
Look at your chart. It's the usi background ending. Because it's the usi ending, where does it fall in the chart? Is it first, second, or third person? Singular or plural? Look at your chart. Go
It's
back to page 8.
I just made one. I put it in the chat.
Okay, use the chat. Look up the chart and look at where it falls into.
yeah. Yeah, I said you.
Oh, no.
Um that's not you? I mean, that's loosen or loosening.
Yes, it could be to loosen or to destroy. But who is this who does it refer to? When you say you, that means second person. But it's not the second person, it's the third person. Look at
You
the chart. Third person, plural.
is you say, no? Or you speak.
1 second. 5 is not Leo. Look at the root word now. Look at its Leo.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Leo is the verb, not Leo.
Okay. That's why I got confused. You destroy.
Yes? No? They destroy. Third person plural.
Oh really? I thought. Okay, I get that. Okay.
Okay.
Then key is and.
And?
O is the negation, so
Yes.
that'll be they destroy and and then mean that would mean let me go back to the and not wish
Okay.
because
But look at the ending of Thel
yeah
Omen.
yeah that's any help for
So Thelomen is second person plural. I have it right here. You see it? You see plural? Where is it? I'm sorry. Omen is sorry. First person plural. You see here?
yeah
So that's first person plural. That's we. So
we would
yeah, I don't know if it's like flipped over because it's like, you know what I mean? But so it's so first person's here, o is e, omen ete usin, right? So it's first person plural, so we don't want, right? So remember, always the endings will help you, always help you crack the code.
yeah
I can keep it up here. I'll keep it up.
no I'll go in the group chat, you can put it down.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe something to help you with the verse thelo, or with the verb thelo, okay? In
Yeah.
the history of the church, I'm going to jump back. Now we're going to go a little bit church history. There's a group that's called the Diothelites, or Diothelitism, or Monothelitism,
Oh
right? Diothelites, Diothelitism is what we believe. Christ has two wills.
yeah
Verb is inside of that. Thel, right? Dio means two, and mono means one. Those who didn't believe in the two natures of Christ, biological
monophysite.
extension, don't believe in two wills of Christ, right? We, having two natures of Christ, Christ has two wills. Diothelitism versus monothelitism. I'm okay. Does it help a little bit with maybe with the word thelo, maybe to to hear sometimes in church history where we use that? Maybe it helps for some. So Leosine, can you who does somebody wants to try to translate the fifth sentence?
You're doing sixth now, right?
Sixth, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll try. Adelphos,
Adelphos,
Legi, Oti, Teli,
Theli, Irenaeus. It's like a strong for thank you, but strong.
He.
I couldn't
Okay.
hear you. Sorry, you
Can,
got cut off.
can you say it one more time?
It's like a th sound, but a strong emphasis of it. It's not like a thanks, but a strong thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, so it's theli.
Teli.
You got it.
Thank you. Teli. Graphin. K. Didas, didasken. What is this infinitive? How is the ending pronounced?
It's the in.
In. Okay. So
It's a diphthong of the epsilon iota. Well, that's going to be a common theme. There's a lot of vowels in Greek, and when you put those vowels together, they slightly change. So it's in.
in. Okay. So Adelphos, his brother, legi, which is third person singular. So he speaks that, oti, that, heli, he wants.
And there's a present active infinitive here.
So that is graphen, to
Too, yeah.
write. He wants to write and to teach.
Could you translate the whole sentence in English?
Yes. So brother,
A brother
a brother, legi, say, he says, the legi, brother says that he wants to write and to teach.
Good job. We'll stop at the sentence, but I'm going to read you right now from the Septuagint, the Old Testament. Some of what we would hear in the church, and maybe try to pick it up. It's a good practice because what I'm doing now is what you do in the liturgy. Pu estin, it's Avel o Adelphosu. Where is your brother? Right? We Adelphos, Abel. Ipen u ginosko. He said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Right? U ginosko. The next verse is from the book of Tobiah, which everybody should read. Phoni anthropon aku ke αυτός ου βλέπω. Voices of humans, I aku, focus only on the aku, I hear, and to those I don't see. Ου βλέπων. Ginosko, the third verse.
What does that
Εγώ,
mean, though? What does that mean?
I hear the voices of persons,
Mhm.
but I don't see them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Third is ginosko, εγώ, και πιστεύω ότι πάντα este.
To be, right? Like,
Yes, I know and I believe everything can become, like everything can happen. I was just reading to you so you could pick up the verse. You don't have to understand every word, but pistevo, ginosko, aku, vlepo, u ginosko, adelphos. We're saying those verbs. And why are they important? Because as you will see, we'll see more. Okay, so echusin ophthalmos. They have eyes. Okay, I'm going to give it to Vlepin, ke u vlepon. They see, but they don't see. Ke ota echosin. Akuin, ke uk akuisin. They hear, but they don't hear. It's a prophet speaking about his people. They have eyes and they don't see. They have ears, but they don't hear. It's again, they see, but they don't see. They have ears, but they don't hear. And the next one is from Daniel. It's very important because Daniel rebukes the idols. Uv leposin, concerning the idols, it says here, they don't see uv leposin, ke uk akusin, and they don't hear, ke u ginoskosin, and they don't know, they don't understand, showing the worthlessness of idols. Okay, so and then in the New Testament, I'm going to read a picture. I'm trying to be very respectful to everybody's time. Οφθαλμός έχοντες ου βλέπετε και ότα έχοντες ουκ ακούγεται. Again, you heard βλέπετε. They have eyes and they don't see. and they, although they have it, they don't hear ears, essentially. 2. Είδαμεν ότι ορθώς λέγεις και διδάσκεις. We understood that you teach and that you say things and teach things rightly. That's what they say when they approach Christ, right? We know that you say things and teach rightly, and they're trying to trick him into wrong teachings. But again, pick up legis, you, to Christ, και διδάσκεις. Again, you, singular, are teaching. The third one, ότι την αλήθεια λέγω, ου πιστεύετε μη. Although I say you the truth, you do not believe me. Again, λέγω, πιστεύετε. And there's a negation. I'm only picking up on the words that are being used that we just learned. Και λέγει αυτό, and he says, Kyrie, ου γινώσκεις ότι φίλωσε. Somebody wants to pick that one up. Do you know what that means? Don't you know that I love you? And he said this, Lord, do you not, there's space in between. Do you not know that I love you? That's St. Peter speaking to John. St. Peter speaking to Christ about him trying to return and bringing him back. The fifth one is ou θέλω διεμέλαντος και καλά μου συγγράφειν. Okay, that's a little bit harder. But just pick up. I was just going quickly through the Old Testament and the New Testament to show you the excitement of once you know these verbs, they build up to something. We're not just haphazardly. There's a vision. There's an end goal with this, so that you can go through those verses, understand the verses in its original language, and be able to translate them. Okay.
Yeah, Father, this was really good.
And I feel like we're losing people rapidly. I'm gonna reach out to Magda because I feel bad there. But if I'm doing things wrongly, if we can improve things, let me know. The class setup, it's my first time, and so that we can improve it. For now, make me the favor. Write down that chart that Stavrula sent and do it like 10 times. Do it with the chart, and then maybe do it another 10 times, maybe go 20 times, and then try to do without the chart a few times.
I
There's
think
studies that show that if you write, it's better than just trying to memorize. So the writing part is actually pretty important.
like last week we were more focused on trying to learn the individual letters, obviously, right? And how to pronounce them. And now like we're getting more into like putting it all together. So like this gives me like a better like way of how to study this week of trying to learn the ending of like and learning like the root of the word.
Father,
Okay.
slowly things are coming together. You know, it's like you're kind of beginning to get things, and it's wonderful to have Stavrola here. Stavrola, please come to St. George soon.
Yes, I will. I will.
So we have an
Next time
assigned
I'll come.
TA.
Next Thursday I'll come. If you guys are physically meeting, and even if
Yes,
you have the chart up,
oh,
like even if you have the chart up, like physically up, it helps a lot. But yeah, I love doing it. I get excited about languages, so I like it. It's nice.
You're the official TA. Unfortunately, we don't have it in person next week, but in 2 weeks. I'm sorry about that. But let's try to maybe have it. Try to write it down a few times, and everybody have it in front of you. And we're gonna go to the next 5 sentences. If you have problems with the recognizing the letters, study it. We have every chapter. I wrote them up when I was a seminarian, all the vocab for each chapter. So they're in the Quizlet that I shared. Go through the lesson that we did, lesson 2. It has all the vocabs. Go through them a lot. And maybe just review, start looking over lesson 3 slowly. But what's more important than the vocab of lesson 2 and 3 is this chart. We need to know that by heart before we can really move on. And to know that by heart, write it down a lot.
And they get
And try to write,
I don't
yeah,
want to be discouraging, but I remember in Greek 2 and in Greek, I think Greek 2 was like the hardest for me. Like Like when I took Greek 1, okay, like you learn the easy endings, yeah, okay. And then you go, and then it get hard, it's harder.
Sabrina, don't scare them. It's gonna be fun.
But I'm just saying, like, this is something you can break down, and I think even if it takes, like, even the next session, even if you go back to these sentences and and have them written down again, and we translate them again and ask, I think it's very important to ask, like, okay, what ending is this, and what is it telling me? Is it second person plural, like, what Iranius was doing? He said, oh, this is second person singular, right? It's really important to, like, know it, like, that where it is on the chart, so that you know what the meaning is. Because if you just know the root word, you're not really getting, again, like, we're not really getting anywhere. So I think it's even in the next class, we should even go back to the first lesson and, like, again review it, if that makes sense.
That's what I've been doing every time. I'm going back and just highlighting some things. Now that we need to really know the chart for next week. Everybody really know the chart. Because slowly we're going to have to call out each word, because as we're going progressing, you have to say present active infinitive, first person singular, present active infinitive, second person plural, present active infinitive, third person. You're going to have to be able to say that gradually, because we're not going to always work in the present, right? There's going to come a time when we'll have the future or the past.
Yeah.
Some things are not active, some words are passive, because that becomes very important when we start looking at biblical verses. When something is active, it's a very different meaning than when something is passive. I drop a book, or the book gets dropped by me. Very different. A human is following God, or I am followed by God. Very different, right? So an indicative also gets a little bit different as well. But slowly, there is a reason to the madness. But we have to really get the basics down. And before anything, the chart needs to be understood. Okay? Am I scaring people off? Maybe we should check on those who got lost. Maybe we should send out a group chat. Irenaeus, if you want to write something in the group chat and stuff, Rula,
Just
to make sure.
I just want to reassure you. I just want a quick feedback, just like 10-15 seconds from everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm just going to call on you guys, and you can tell. Victor, how are you doing?
This is wonderful. I truly like it, because see, we can be if we go really slow, we won't pick up. So this is good. This is challenging, and at the same time, it's so much fun.
Excellent. Angie, how are you doing?
It's okay.
Okay. Daniel, are you in a place where you can give a feedback?
No,
Okay.
he's in darkness.
Okay, he's
But
in
his Lord is his light.
Okay. George, how are you doing?
Yeah, this just advanced my study of learning the Greek, because I was kind of just stuck the last 2 weeks on just trying to remember the letters and not too much combining the ending root of the word of what that really meant. Like I would be able to pronounce some words, but getting the root now and understanding that makes so much more sense. This just like it's really good.
Okay. Ivana, how are you doing?
Hello, everyone. I
Huh.
feel like I'm finally picking up the first 2 weeks. Like today, it's kind of coming together and it makes sense. The first 2 weeks, I was just trying to, I don't know, I was getting lost. But now, today, it makes sense. So thank you, Father, and thank you, Sabrula, too, because it is your suggestion. It's very helpful, like having it written aside. So you can like recognize the word right away. And I guess the root of the word, we will like learn like additional words as we go, but it's very helpful.
Yes, Stavrola is like a born teacher, so I think whatever she says is very, very useful. So I'm delighted, Father, that you're picking her as a teacher's assistant. That's going to be huge. John, are you in a place? Can you just say? I know this is your first time. Okay, he may not be able to speak. Let's see, Deek, would you like to say something?
Hi.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I think, Father, I think everybody is kind of picking things up at their own pace, but I think this is going very well. At least for me, I mean, see, I like languages very much, so I think this is going very well, and it's going to. And the way in which languages work is that, it's like firstly it is going like this, and then suddenly everything begins to come together because you're putting these pieces in place, and at some point all of them kind of come together.
And it's
John,
like Victor and Ivana said, sometimes you have to progress a little bit to make sense of what was before. So you can't make it too easy because you're going to be lost in the beginning, but you have to do that well so you can progress. And then it gives you like a desire to go further because things start making sense. So languages is like a weird thing, and everybody's head is a little bit different, right? Especially with languages and Greek specifically. So, yeah, so it's a fine line, and Stavrula has really helped as well with it. And John, I think you're raising your hand.
Wait, did one of you ask that question? Because I thought I remember.
I
yeah,
couldn't hear you.
the question was, how are you doing in terms of, are you, I know this is your first class, but how are you doing?
I'm kind of confused because like I didn't know like the letters y'all were talking about because I wasn't here for the first classes.
That's all right. We're going to do a makeup class on Sunday. If
Okay.
Carola shows up or something, we'll talk about the first two, whatever we learned. And there are videos of the first two classes. So whenever you get a chance, please, it's there in the chat. You know what? You may have joined after that, so I will send you the videos.
Maybe can we do something like this? Can somebody write Stavrula or Irenaeus? Do you guys want to write up? Maybe make a link. Listen to the alphabets. This video.
You know what?
Secondly, let's
give it to Stavrula. Let's give that to Stavrula because she's teacher. She will put it
teacher. Listen to this flashcard that has the alphabet. Listen to vocab lesson
Wait,
one
what do you want me
flashcard.
to do? Hold on. You want me to do, I have to write this down because I'm gonna forget. So you want me to make a video pronouncing all the letters?
No, we have one on the group chat.
So what do you want me to make a video of?
Maybe if we can do like a review up to this point.
What do we know so far?
Yeah, maybe up to this point. What do we know so far, or review these if you don't?
Okay, you know what? Stavrula has not attended the classes.
Maybe Irenaeus, can you do this first one? And Stavrula?
Yeah.
So what we want to know is the video, we have it in the group chat over the pronunciation. Listen to it.
Okay.
Secondly, Quizlet has the flashcard of the alphabet. Listen to it as well and go through it word by word, letter by letter. Quizlet also has the vocab. Write down the endings, do the chart format, and there's an app that teaches you how to write.
Got it.
Is that, Stavrula, if you think that something can be written better to not lose people, but maybe there's something we could write up.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean write up?
Maybe write up that we should review up to this point, because we got some people who came first week, second week, and third week to just make sure everybody's on the same page.
I know this sounds like very, I don't know, like elementary, but I think that, the first part is like having a notebook and then writing first all the vocabulary down. So you have the vocabulary on that first page of the notebook. Then on the second page of the notebook, you have your chart that you can refer to. You're making me laugh. You get the second chart. So the first page should be just the vocab. The second page is the chart. Okay, with the singular and the plural and the present active infinitive. Then it's also important, I know it might slow, as a review, to at least write one of the sentences down that you translated, like write it in Greek, and then underneath, sometimes what I do with my students, I even put an arrow on top and be like, is this first person singular, first, second? I can it's very good to break it down at first, then to understand moving forward. That will help review, like having a notebook, 1 page vocabulary, second page, the chart, or underneath the chart, one sentence, a translated sentence, something like that.
Okay.
Like keep it very structured.
Maybe scratch what I said for now. Can you write that up?
Yeah.
as an instruction, show pictures, and we just share the Quizlet that has the vocab.
Okay.
That way we don't lose people.
Yeah. Okay, so like maybe advice, like first page, like have a small notebook, first page vocab, write out the vocab, review the vocab, and sorry, I know I feel like I don't want to drag it, but if that makes
No, no, we need a good foundation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody good? Please don't give us homework.
I know, I feel like such a teacher. I'm like, next time quiz on the vocab.
Maybe if you want to write it, Savrula, and then make a picture of it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Let's make a picture so that people don't have homework. We don't want to lose people. Every time I give somebody homework to read something in advance, nobody does it.
So who
No,
wants to do homework?
we're busy and we wanna learn it. So maybe write it down, and then maybe the assignment is try to write down by heart the chart. Go over it again and again and again.
Yeah, that's it. O is e. I forget too. Omen ete usin. Yeah.
Just one idea about the chart that I use is that I actually do the English version of it in addition to the Greek version. Because what
Yes.
happens many times you're not used to the letters yet, Greek letters yet. So having kind of the English version of how they sound like right there helps you a lot.
Okay, sounds good. I pray that maybe write this up. Let's see what we can do. Let's check on those who got like a little bit not joining and see if we can bring everybody up to date. Thank you for everything, everybody. God bless you and may God enlighten you, and ask Saint Demetrius to help you with Greek. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.